Yeah. The Hawada Karabah Anaya Abba. The Hawada Karabah Kaya Apa. Thank you very much, Father, my Father, for you. What should I say? The Hawada Karabah Abanawa Kaya Apa. Thank you very much, our Father, for you. I'll try something different. I don't know. Father bless me with some more such stuff. So I want to start off with this book of Syriac. And I looked around for it. It's a apocrypha. It's from the apocrypha. And the thing is, what it is, it was in the Safara in the 1800s, but then they took it out. And that's what I'm looking for. Come here. Yeah. What's it at? Oh, up here. You guys gotta give me a second. I gotta find everything. It's not in there. There we go. Okay, there we go. So I looked for his name since they transliterated it into English. And the name didn't come out right. Let's try this one here. So I'm trying to, you can see it on the screen. People listening, I'm trying to pull up this book. It's called, it has the name as Sirach. But it's really, I looked it up and it means Sirach would be brother of thorns. All right. But I kept searching. I found out that his name meant brothers' songs or songs of brothers. Okay. And there's just a couple chapters I want to read out to you guys. Just give me 1 second. I want to make sure. All right. This should be the one here, first chapter. Okay, here, right here. I'm going to open it up so you can see it. Let's see, do this way. All right, here we go. Now, can you see that? You see that? All right. It says, all wisdom is from Yah. Again, before I start this, I want to let you guys know I'm going to change some of these words in here because I don't believe in these words and I know the name of the Father and how to use it, I believe. And so right here it has with the Lord, I'm changing that to Yah. Well, it says all wisdom is from Yah. That remains with him and remains with him forever. The sands of the sea, the drops of rain, the days of eternity, who can count them? Heaven height, earth extent. The abyss in wisdom, who can explore them? Before all other things, wisdom was created, and prudent understanding from eternity. The root of wisdom, to whom has it been revealed? Her subtleties, who know them? There is but one, wise and truly awesome, sealed upon the throne, Yahweh. It is he who created her, saw her, and measured her, poured her forth upon all his works, upon every living thing according to his bounty, lavished her upon those who love him. Fear of Yahweh is wisdom. The fear of Yahweh is glory and exaltation, gladness and a festive crown. The fear of Yahweh rejoices the heart, giving gladness, joy, and long life. Those who fear Yahweh will be happy at the end. Even on the day of death, they will be blessed. The beginning of wisdom is to fear Yahweh. She is created with the faithful in the womb, with the what's the word I'm looking for here? Excuse me. I gotta look for this again because I had it earlier. So I put that on it because I do not, like I said, I don't say these words. So that's verse 15. Give me a second. Fear. It says Godly for them who trying to see what I'm doing. Who can't hear it, can't see it. Or whatever you're doing so you can hear it. So give me a second. And do that. Put that here. So I find a lot of words. Okay, you see what I'm doing there, everybody? All right, now, it says Allahayama on that one. Okay, or Allah. Okay, but supposed to say Allah, Elawan, Elawaha. Yeah, Elawaha. So let's try that. With the Elawaha, she was created of old. Can you see this? Can you guys see that? And with their descendants, she will keep faith. The fullness of wisdom is to fear Yahweh. We're on verse 17. Their entire house she fills with choice foods, their garments with her produce. The crown of wisdom is the fear of Yahweh, flowering with peace and perfect health. Knowledge and full understanding she rains down. She heightens the glory of those who possesses her. The root of wisdom is to fear Yahweh. Her branches are long life. The fear of Yahweh drives away sins. Where it abides, it turns back all anger. Unjust anger can never be justified. Anger pulls a person to utter ruin. Until the right time, the patient remains calm. Then cheerfulness comes back to them. Until the right time, they hold back their words. Then the lips of many will tell of their good sentences. Among wisdom treasures is a model for knowledge. But again, Alawaha is an abomination to the sinless. To the sinless. Well, that's a different name. Excuse me. Let me do this again because I don't want to. Because that could be evil too. All right, that's a different name. It's not the same as the other. So we're gonna read that again. It's not Godley. It's Godliness. Again, like I said, I'm spelling it out and talking it out for them who can't see what I'm doing on the computer. Okay, now let's see here. What's happening here? See, so we're gonna say, oh man, Belial. That's what I can remember. Belial. Let me see. But I can't find no things for this word here on here for what they call it. And let me see if I go to. Yeah, there's no word. So we go, Belial. All right. Oh, Belial. So, but Belial is an abomination to the sinner. Let me see something. Give me a minute. I'm gonna see if I can find that word for you guys real quick. See what it means. Show you what it means. Let's see. Bala. Even if we say Balaha, it'll be waste. So it should be Balaya. That'd be right. Balaya. Let's see. Balaya. Oh, shit. I hate when I go through this. All right. I believe it's B-E. Just give me 1 second. I'm going to find it I'm trying to find it quick, but it seems like it's happening fast. So let me do something here. Okay, so the word that I was looking for is Balaya Allah. All right. And if we want to know what it means a wicked one, a vile one, an evil one, worthless one. Transliterated Belial, but it's like I said, it's Belai Ya Allah. Or Bala Ya Allah. Okay? It's a son of a Belial, a man of Belial, a troublemaker, and scoundrel. A wicked, Godly, man or men, Godly, evil and naughty. Okay? So again, the name is Bala Ya Allah. Or we could say Bala Ya Allah. But I like it, Bala Ya Allah. Okay? And so we go back to, let's go back to verse 25. Among wisdom's treasure is the model for knowledge, but Bala Ya Allah is an abomination to the sinners. If you desire wisdom, keep the commandments, and Yahweh will bestow her upon you. For the fear of Yahweh is wisdom and discipline, faithfulness and humility are his delight. Do not disobey the fear of Yahweh. Do not approach it with a duplicity of heart. Do not be a hypocrite about before others. Over your lips, keep watching. Do not exalt yourself lest you fall and bring dishonor upon yourself. And then Yahweh reveal your secrets and cast you down in the midst of the assembly, because you did not approach the fear of Yahweh, and your heart was full of deceit. All this is coming from another 2 verses. There's only 2 verses we're going to do today, all right? When we get to these verses, I'll let you know. Well, matter of fact, I can go ahead and show you these 2 verses right now and read them off to you in the Babylonian tongue. And then like we do here, we decipher the words, bring it back to find out the real meaning of it, okay? So we're going back. Matter of fact, we're starting from where we left off 2 years ago, all right? And it's Barashayapta, uh, chapter 1, verse 24. And we're going to just do 24 and 25. And we're going to read it. It goes on as wise. It says, and Allahayama said, let the earth bring forth the living creature according to its kind, livestock and creeping creatures and beasts of the earth according to its kind. And it came to be so. And Allahayama made the beasts of the earth according to its kind, livestock according to its kind, and all that creeps on the earth according to its kind. And Allahayama saw that it was good. Right? Now, with that being said, like I said, we're going to come back to that again. But we got some more chapters we want to read. First chapter I want to read here is, we want to go to 1 Corinthians 14. I usually read the whole, it says 14, let's see, 26, I believe it is. Yeah, but I personally like to read the whole chapter because I like to know exactly what's going on. So we're going to read 1 Corinthians. 1 Corinthians. Okay, here we go. Let's say 14. Yeah, 14. We go up in here so you guys can see what I'm doing and read along with me, you know. And you at home or whoever's looking at this later on, YouTube can do the same thing. You can also pause it, stop it, go back to it, check it out, decipher it. It says, pursue love. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 14. Pursue love and earnestly seek the spiritual gifts, but rather that you prophesize. For he who is speaking in a tongue does not speak to men, but to Allahayama. For no one understands, but in the spirit he speaks secrets. But he who is prophesying speaks upbuilding and encouragement and comfort to men. He who is speaking in a tongue builds up himself, but he who is prophesying builds up the assembly. Now, I wish you all spoke with tongues, but rather that you might prophesy, for he who is prophesying is greater than he who is speaking with tongues, unless he interprets, so that the assembly might receive upbuilding. But now, brothers, if I come to you speaking with tongues, what should I profit you unless I speak to you either by revelation or by knowledge or by prophesying or by teaching? Nevertheless, lifeless instruments making a sound, whether flute or harp, if they do not make a distinction in the sound, how should it be known what is played on the flute or on the harp? For indeed, if the trumpet makes an indistinct sound, who shall prepare himself for battle? So also you, if you do not give speech by the tongue that is clear, how shall it be known what is spoken? For you shall be speaking into the air. There are undoubtedly so many kinds of sounds in the world, and none of them is without distinct sound. If then I do not know the power of the voice, I shall be a foreigner to him who speaks, and he who speaks be a foreigner to me. So also you, since you are ardent for spiritual gifts, seek to excel in the upbuilding of the assembly. Therefore, he who is speaking in a tongue, let him pray that he might interpret it. For if I am praying in a tongue, my spirit is praying, but my understanding is without fruit. What then is it? I shall pray with the spirit, and I shall also pray with the understanding. I shall sing with the spirit, and I shall also sing with the understanding. Otherwise, if you bless with the spirit, how shall he who fills up the place of the unlearned say, Amanah, at your giving of thanks, since he does not know what you say? For you truly give thanks well, but the other is not built up. I thank my Allahayama, I speak with tongues more than you all. But in the assembly, I wish to speak 5 words with my understanding, that I might instruct others also, than 10,000 words in a tongue. Brothers, do not be called, or brothers, do not be children in your thinking, but in evil be babes, and in your thinking be perfect. In the Torah, it has been written, with men of other tongues and other lips I shall speak to this people, and even so they shall not hear me, says Yahweh. So then, tongues are for a sign, not to those who believe, but to understand. Wait, hold up. I was speaking. So then, tongues are for a sign, not to those who believe, but to unbelievers. And prophesying is not for unbelievers, but for those who believe. If then all the assembly comes together in one place and all speak with tongues, and there come and those who are unlearned or unbelievers, shall they not say that you are mad? But if all prophesies and an unbelievers of an unlearned one comes in, he is reproved by all. He is discerned by all. And so the secrets of his heart are revealed. And so falling down on his face, he shall worship Allahayama, declaring that Allahayama is truly among you. What then is it, brothers? Whenever you come together, each one has a psalm, has a teaching, has a tongue, has a revelation, has an interpretation. Let all be done for upbuilding. If anyone speaks in a tongue, let there be 2 or at the most 3 each in turn, and let one interpret. And if there is no interpreter, let him be silent in the assembly, and let him speak to himself and to Allahayama. And let 2 or 3 prophets speak, and let the other discern. And if there should be a revelation to another who sits by, let the first be silent. For you are all able to prophesy one by one, so that all learn and all be encouraged. But the spirit of the prophets are subject to the prophets. For Allahayama is not Allahayama of disorder, but of peace, as in all the assemblies of the holy ones. Set apart ones, but the holy ones. Let your women be silent in the assemblies, for they are not allowed to speak, but let them subject themselves, as the Torah also says. And if they wish to learn whatever, let them ask their own husbands at home, for it is improper for women to speak in an assembly. Or did the word of Allahayama go out from you? Or did it reach only to you? If anyone thinks himself to be a prophet or a spiritual, let him acknowledge what I write to you, that they are a command of the master. Adawanaya, the master. Ha, Adonai, Ya, Adonai Yawana. And if anyone has ignorant, let him be ignorant. So then, brothers, earnestly speak to prophesy, and do not avoid speaking in tongue. Let all be done decently and in order. Okay, now I got some more I want to read to you guys, but I also want to do this too. Give me a minute. Let's see. With this copy. And I'm going to go over here, make a new book. Give me a second. Paste this. I heard it. There we go. Yeah, that's it. Let's do this one here. I want to also do this again because we have to be reminded, like I said, I'm hearing where we coming on this lesson. So let's do it over here. I'll keep it over here anyway. Here we go, right here. So again, this lesson is coming from Genesis 1, verses 24 and 25. And Allahayama said, let the earth bring forth the living creature according to his kind, livestock and creeping creatures and beasts of the earth according to his kind. And it came to be so. And Allahayama made the beasts of the earth according to its kind, livestock according to its kind, and all that creeps on the earth according to its kind. And Allahayama saw that it was good. Even though we're only going for 24 and 25, but let's keep reading. And let's go to verse 26. And Allahayama said, let us make man in our image according to our likeness, and let them rule over the fish of the sea, and over the birds of the heavens, and over the livestock, and over all the earth, and over all the creeping creatures that creep on the earth. We're going to stop right there. So we go 24, 25, 26. All right? That's what we had right now. Now I got some more to read for you guys. Matthew 23 and 9. So we go back to Matthew 23 and 9. But like I said before, I personally like to read the whole chapter. That way we know what's going on. All right. Give me a second so I can pull it up here. Come on, Matthew. There you go. Matthew 23. Okay. And then we'll discuss this a little bit. 23. See, what I'm seeing on here, this is even though it tells us in the beginning how Father blessed us, created us, even these beasts, and we're going to talk about these beasts later on, because these beasts, to me, is not just an animal, as far as what they look on it be like a cattle or something like that. A beast can also be a human, suppose that. A beastful person, someone who's just not there with you, just angry all the time or destructive. We have a lot of beasts walk on this earth today in human form. Okay, then Yahushua spoke to the crowds, and this is Matthew 23, chapter 23, verses 1, starting out. Then Yahushua spoke to the crowds and to his top ones, saying, the scribes and the Pharisees sit on the seat of Moshe. Therefore, whatever they say to you to guard and do not do according to their works, for they say and do not do. For they bind heavy burdens hard to bear and lay them on men's shoulders, but with their fingers they do not wish to move them. And they do all their works to be seen by men, and they make their tefillin wide and lengthen the zazalias of their garments. And they love the best places at feasts and the best seats in the congregations and the greetings in the marketplace, and to be called by men rabbi, rabbah. It's not rabbi, it's rabbah, rabbah. But you do not be called rabbah, for one is your teacher, and Mashiach, and you are all brothers. Do not call anyone on earth your father, but one is your father, he who is in the heavens. That's Matthew 23:9. For them, we want to make sure that. Neither be called leaders, for one is your leader, the Mashiach, or the Messiah. But the greatest among you shall be your servant. And whoever exalts himself shall be humbled, and whoever humbles himself shall be exalted. But woe to you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, because you shut up the reign or the kingdom of the heavens before men, for you do not go in, nor do you allow those who are entering to go in. Woe to you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, because you eat up widows' houses and for a show make long prayers. Because of this, you shall receive greater judgment. Woe to you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, because you go about the land and the sea to win one convert. And when he is won, you make him a son of Gehenna, twofold more than yourself. Woe to you, blind guides, who say without swears by the dwelling place. It does not matter, but whoever swears by the gold on the dwelling place is bound by oath. Fools and blind, for which is greater, the gold or the dwelling place that sets the gold apart? And whoever swears by the altar, it does not matter, but whoever swears by the gift that is on it is bound by oath. Fools and blind, for which is greater, the gift or the altar that sets the gift apart? He then who swears by the altar swears by it and by all that is upon it. And he who swears by the dwelling place swears by it and by him who is coming in it. He who swears by the heavens and swears by the throne of Allahayama and by him who is sitting upon it. Woe to you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, because your tithes of the mint and the anise and the cumin, and have neglected the weightier matter of the Torah, the right ruling and the compassion and the belief. Those need to have been done without neglecting the others. Blind guides straightening out a gnat and swallowing a camel. Woe to you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, because you clean the outside of the cup and dish, but inside they are filled with plunder and unrighteousness. Blind Pharisees, first clean the inside of the cup and dish, so that the outside of them becomes clean too. Woe to you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, because you are like whitewashed tombs, which outwardly indeed look well, but inside are filled with dead men's bones and all uncleanness. So you too outwardly indeed appear righteous to men, but inside you are filled with hypocrisy and lawlessness. Woe to you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, because you built the tombs of the prophets and decorate the monuments of the righteous, and say, if we had lived in the days of our ancestors, we would not have taken part with them in the blood of the prophets. Thus you bear witnesses against yourselves that you are sons of those who did murder the prophets. And you fill up the measure of your ancestors. Serpents, brood of adders. How would you escape the judgment of Gehenna? Because of this, See, I send you prophets and wise men and scholars of scripture. Some of them you shall kill and impale, and some of them you shall flog in your congregations and persecute from city to city, so that on you should come all the righteous blood shed on the earth, from the blood of righteous Habel to the blood of Habelah, or to the blood of Zachariah, son of Barachiah, who you murdered between the dwelling place and the altar. Truly I say to you, all this shall come upon this generation. Yarashalayam, killing the prophets and stoning those who are sent to her. How often I wish to gather your children together, the way a hen gathers her chicken under her wings, but you would not. See, your house is left to you and laid waste. For I say to you, from now on, you shall by no means see me until you say, blessed is he who is coming in the name of Yahweh. With all these declarations that we expound on us with how to read this word and how to understand it as human beings or as children of the Most High, from the beginning of our creations, from the Bereshit, Genesis 24, chapter 1, 24, chapter 1, verse 24 to 25, he tells us this. But there's a lot of other things, like I always said before, how we got to be re-raised. We were raised the wrong way. And even through some of these ministers, they raised us the wrong way. Even though we went through these places all our lives. Now today is the first day I seen something. Father blessed me with something, right? I'm going to show you guys this. We're going to do this different from after I do this. After the day, we're going to do all this different. I'm going to show you why, all right? There's something that he showed me that I did not see ever in my life before. Okay, now, he tells us not to travel or to go nowhere on a Shabbat. No work, not anything. We're not supposed to leave our homes. Our homes, mind you. We're supposed to lay back and rest. Shabbat Shalom. Okay, Sabbath day of peace, of rest. Now, how we know this? Father showed it to me, man, blew my mind. We're going to Exodus 16, and I believe it's 29. Let's go there. Exodus 16:29. So what I'm saying is, if that's the case, in our day and age, we can do this ministry like we're doing now. I can still send this out to you. You can still hear it. You can relax and rest. You don't have to leave your home no more. Exodus 16:29. Check it out. Exodus 16:29. So have we been doing this wrong? You see what I'm saying in these gatherings? 16:29. Check it out. It goes on this wise. It says, see, because Yahweh has given you the Shabbat, or Sabbath, therefore he has given you bread for 2 days. On the 6th day, let each one stay in his place. Do not let anyone go out of his place on the 7th day. Verse 30 says, so the people rested on the 7th day. Why do we go to these other places? When Father said, if we're going to do his will, let's do it his will, his way. If he tells us we can do this, we do it. If you can't do this, you can't do this. That's why I'm being, again, like I said, a lot of us need to be re-raised. Now, we can say, well, Yahushua, They came to see him on the Yahshua is the Sabbath. You feel me? That's their rest. So you can't say that. But afterwards, he said that rest. But our people back even then was going to congregation. Remember the money changers. But was it on the Sabbath that they was going there? Something we need to check out later, all right? We will be investigating all this, Father's will. So I looked at all this, and Father showed me something else. He says, we have 613 commandments. 613. All right? And within the 613 commandments, let me see if I can find something here first. Let's see, where's it at? It's not in there. Give me a second. It's not in here, is it? Yeah, here we go. The 613 mitzvahs or commandments. Do we follow them? Where'd it go? Okay, here we go. Now, again, I'm going to change the word because G-O-D or G-D is not how Father's name is. That's why it says you know that. Now, this is you know that Allah or Allahayama exists. You go to find that in Exodus 20 and 2 or Deuteronomy 5 and 6. Okay, again, that's Exodus chapter 20, verse 2, or Deuteronomy chapter 5, verse 6. Not to entertain the idea that there is any Allah or small, but eternal. But the eternal. There's no other but the Most High, Allah. Okay? The Most High is Allah, Ilah, Yawana. Okay? That's Most High. All right? So right here it just says Allah. Okay? It says not there's no one other but him. And that's in Exodus 20, chapter 20, verse 3. Not to blaspheme in Exodus 22 and 27. And Exodus 22 and 28. For the penalty for which is death. And that's Leviticus 24, 16. To holy. Now listen, to holy Allahayama's name. And that's in Leviticus 22, 32. Okay, the name of Allahayama. But they got the name of G-O-D. Correct. All right, so here's what we're going to do. Right here. We're going to go there. But we're going to go there in Hebrew. And we're going to see if it says G-O-D, which we know it doesn't, or if it's going to say Allahayama. So we go to Leviticus 22, 32. All right, let me see now. I got to figure out which way I'm going to do here. Let's go back to this one. Okay, here we go right here. Leviticus 22, 32. This is, okay, there we go. Leviticus 22, 32. All right, go down here, see if we can find. And 32 it says, and not lawa, you shall profane, the first and last, Shema, name, Kodashiyah, of holy Yah, or holy, or my holy, or holy my holy, okay, wa nakwada shataya, and I will be acknowledged as holy. Bathawak, among Benaiah, the sons, or my sons, or your sons, of Yasharah Allah. The ruling, your rule as Allah, the rules of Allah, or the rules of Yahweh. Anaya, I, Yahweh, see, I, Yahweh, Makwada Shakama, who sanctifies you. So now, right here, I don't see anywhere I just read. I'm going to read it again. All right? And not, you shall profane the name, my holy, and will be acknowledged as holy among the sons of Israel, or Yasharah Allah. I, Yahweh, who sanctifies you. Okay, now, on here we read it says to hallow God's name. It says 11:22, Leviticus 22:32. First of all, I don't even see God in it. I don't even see Allahayama in it. I see Yahweh. You see what I'm saying? That name. So this is how we need to check and dissect and find out exactly what's being said. But we sit there and we go to other places, and I'm not speaking against them. I'm speaking against the administering that they need to dissect these words to have our people who's out here trying to do this righteously, to learn it the right way, to be shown it the right way. See what I'm saying? Now we go back to here. It says, and to profane the name. Okay, again, not to profane. G-O-D or G-D's name. They think that they even, I think this, they think that even they put a dash between a G and a D, they take out the O and put a dash in it, that they're doing something sacred when it's not his name at all. How can you do this and it's not the name? I always thought this. I always felt this. I feel this. Father did not want us to know his name. He would never show it to us. Not only do later on in our studies, we're going to find out that some of the people that we speak about in the Word, the 12 tribes and all them, or rulers and all that, they had Father's name in them. They put his name there. So it wasn't that they was dishonoring, I guess, unless they acted, or we call ourselves, like my Hebrew name. Allah, Sharath, Echad, Yasharah Allah. See? But that doesn't mean that I'm messing up his name because of the way I would act. That's just my Hebrew name. So that means I have to remind myself who I am with that name, which it straightens me out. Instead of calling myself the old slavery name or the old government name that they gave us here in these US of A's. See what I'm saying? So if I change my name, I believe back to the original name that I believe the Father gave me, then it'll remind me who I am. All right, and that way I won't profane his name. See, check this out. Later on, we're going to learn in a lot of our studies that Yah, the letter in Yah, means a lot of things. And it's in mostly all the statements. Is Yah Amara Alahayama. Okay, they got it and said Alahayama, but they got it and said G-O-D. But it doesn't say G-O-D, it says Alahayama. But what happened to the Yah? So we look at what Yah Amara Alahayama, we look at it and said Yah Alahayama. His name is there. He even talks about himself. He tells you about him. He says, let us. Now check it out. Let's go to Bereshit, chapter 2. Chapter 2, I believe, is probably more getting us started out. Okay? What's going on here? Come on, buddy. Don't play with me. There you go. Chapter 2. All right, now listen. This is when Father started talking more. And it says here, Yakalawa, and finish Ha Shamayan, the heavens, Wa Ha-aretz, and the earth, Wa Kala, and all Zaba'ama, all the host of them. All right? Wa Yakala, and all, and ended, well, I got it in all, and all Alahayama, and all Yalama. No, wait, now look here. My mistake. Now, I got Wayakala. Okay, but see, Wayakala, they got the yard there, so they can go with it, okay, and end it. But we're going to go and find out what Wayakala means. Hold up, give me a second. We're going to 3615. Let's put up a thing here. 3615. Strong's Concordance. Okay, 3615. And look at this. Okay, because I don't see it ended. It says in, let's see, what I went, well, Yakala, yeah, right here. Okay, see here we got Kalaha, but this says 36:15. All right, so if we look at that again, his word here, the Yakala, they put you here to 36:15 was Kalaha. There's no yod there. Okay, and they said, and they changed, like they changed the lamet to a ha. So what do? I go through my studies and look for this word and see if I can find it. And if my memory's right, serves me right, I believe it is in there. Okay, give me a second. Okay, lamet. Yeah. Oh, man, too fast, too far. Okay, so we got Ya Ka'ak. We got Ya. Oh boy, Ya Kala. Ya Kaya. Here we go. Ya Kala. It would be 3201 and 3202. Okay, now, so 3201 says Ya Kala. Yeah, I'm not going to pull up and read it out here. To be able, capable, overcome, prevail, have victory, could able. See that? Cannot, prevail, may, can, prevail, can't, may is. You know what? Let's pull it up. 3201. 3201, this is how we supposed to do this. Not only am I going to say it, because well, you guys will see it. 3201. All right, let's put it up. There we go. And it's spelled the same way. See? The yod or the ya, the cha, or the ka, not the cha. The cha is another letter. But that's the ya, the ka, and the lamet. All right? Or the kaf and the lamet. All right? So right here you got the ya, the comma, and the lamet. Let's open it up. Okay? Now it tells you what it means in here. But before we start that, it says here, it tells us to go to another word. Okay? 36:15. All right? Now, I'm just showing you the difference between the one and the other, that this is why I truly believe that Father blesses us to decipher these words, to look at every one of these words and make sure that it's what he said, not what man says he says. Now, again, we're going to go ahead, we're going to put this word up here, 36:15, put it right there, 36:15, the word that they said that he said, that he transliterated, and 36:15, let me see what my Hebrew is. Bible search Hebrew. All right, there we go. 36:15, if you look at how they spelled it, is a comma, a column, a ka, a lamet, and a hey, or a ha. But that's now how Father got it in here. He got a ya, a ka, and a la. A kam, or a lamet, or kaf, and a lamet. A ya, or yod as they call it, a kameth, a kam, and a lamet. So how come they can give you a transliteration and a different spelling when the real spelling's in here? Okay? Even though it doesn't mean too much, it isn't accomplished and finished, but it's just annihilated and been consumed. It's a different meaning to these words, but it sounds almost the same, but it's not what he said. And by us going by listening to what someone else transliterated to us with what Father said, instead of us finding us in this day and age, what Father said is really, to me, is one of the most wrong things or slow thinking or laziest things we can do. I do not want man to tell me what Father says. Even the translation's wrong on some of them. They don't use all the words. Or they'll change the words. Somebody else translated. I don't know who translated this. Who's to tell me this is what Father said? I don't know. I don't know. I know in the book of Revelation, he says not to change one word. Not to add or change or add or take away. And we've been going through this most of all our lives. And this is why things is going so wrong. This is why I truly believe that when Father gave us these commandments about spilling our blood, that we quit doing this. And now this is why I believe there's so much murdering. Because we think we can do it. Because we've been programmed that way that this is natural. That I can kill you or you can kill me. Or I can rob you or you can rob me. I'm going to do a little bit of time. I can do that on my head. But it's not about you can do the time. It's about if you can face the Most High. He told us not to do these things. All right? And why I think, again, why we're going through so much of a problem. We, as a people of the children of the Most High, as his elect, have pulled out and started listening to the worldly ways and acting the worldly ways and talking in ways and becoming in ways, dressing in ways. We are supposed to be the ministers, not the leaders, not the followers. This is what I truly see. So we find out that we pull out of these laws, we find ourselves getting in trouble. I'm not just talking about everybody, I'm talking about me too. Because we don't know the true law. We go by man's law. But we go by the Most High's law, we stay out of trouble. Again, you have 613 so far commandments of what you should and should not do. 613 laws. Now, when Yahushua, he can say, because he says no one ever seen the face of the Father. So when he spoke to Mashah and wrote the commandments on a brick or on a stone, all right, I don't know if it was the 613, but even the ones that was put down there, they couldn't follow but so long. Because of why? Because we're surrounded by other nations. So where they end up becoming in slavery. Now this is back in the day. But then it was predicted to us, our ancestors, that if they did not follow the rules of the Most High, we go back into slavery. Guess where we at? We're in slavery. How can we get out of slavery? We have to follow the rules and regulations of the Most High. There's some stuff there that I've never seen before. But we have to learn it. Eat it. Be part of it. So we stopped at 4. 5, not to profane Yahweh's name. But they got G-O-D. To know that Yahweh is one. That's in Deuteronomy 6 and 4. Let's go there. Deuteronomy 6 and 4. Okay, 6 and 4. And we're going to read it in both ways. You notice earlier what Father blessed us about having a translator of the word, right? There you go. We got all that. Okay, look here. It says Shema. That's mean hear. Yashua Allah, Israel. Yahweh, you know who that is. Alahaya Nawa, our Alahaya Nawa. Yahweh Echad is one. It's only one. That's what he just said to us. To hollow or to hollow or to hollow that has G-D apostrophe S is name. It tells you, okay? Well, here we just went to know. Let's go here. To know, we'll 6 on the commandments, that is. To know that G-D is one. A complete unity is in Deuteronomy 6 and 4. Well, I see there's someone one, but it's not G-O-D or G-D that they have. It doesn't say that. It says, Shema, listen, Yashua Allah, Israel. Yahweh, Allah Hayanawa, our Allahayama, or our Allahayawa, or Allahayana, or Allahaya, ours. Yahweh again is Echad, one. I don't see G-O-D in there. I see Allahayanawa, our Allahayana, or our Allahayama. I see that. So we can say that word. Why is G-O-D in this way? Okay, now, why? Again, we went through this before. I talked about this before. Now, I'm going to show you guys I know a thing. Some of you know about this, and some of these are for the new people who came in. So, you think you know it all, you can cut it out. You don't, and you know you don't, which I know we don't, then you leave it on, okay? Because eventually something's going to be said that you never heard before. And it evidently hasn't been a lot so far, okay? So I want to give you this word here, read something to you before I get started, then I'm going to show it to you. All right, and here we go. It's right here, and it should be 1408. Let's see, 1408, 1407. Go to 1407 and 1408. Let's go to this one here. We're not using this that much. I mean, we're using it, but, let's go to 1407. 1407. Why I'm saying these things because, it's already on it. All right. Because 1407. Watch this. Here's a name that they say that's pronounced up here. Let me highlight this here. This is Alahayana or Alahayama. Ours. That's what they're saying, but they got it Alahayanawa, which means it's ours. Okay. Okay, now so we go and we see that has to be 430. Okay, I'm gonna show you the difference between the printing on this too. It's 430. So let's go back into our Strongs on here again, and let's pull up 430. Show you the difference. 430. Okay, there go your difference of spellings. Okay, right here. Now, watch this. See this word? It's 1407 on the far left side. It says God. God. We'll open it up. Okay? We'll open it up, and we're going to find out what it means. Okay? So far, we found out that from God, in the sense of cutting a coriander seed from his pharaohs or coriander. Okay? We keep on going. We're going to find out some other things. Let me see something down here. Okay, so now, but okay, again, if you look at how they spelled that in Hebrew, a Galaf and a Dalaf is not a Allah, a Lam, a Ha, a Ya, and a Mam. In actuality, there's no lettering of that GD or into Alahayama. There's not one letter, okay? But let's see what it's used for. Now, check it out. If we go to 1408, it tells you it's a Babylonian deity. That's where that name came from. Now, didn't he tell us earlier not to put no others before him, not to call him his name, out of his name? Okay, hold on. It means fortune. God. It means fortune. That's what it means. And right here it's telling you it's a fortune, a Babylonian deity. A veneration of God, a fortune, a Babylonian deity. Okay? Now, let me go back in here. Let me show you something. Go back up in here. Let's go back to our commandments. All right? What's this? What is that? This wrong one. Did I hit the wrong one? Yeah, I hit the wrong one. I hit this right here. That's not one. Hit that. That is it. Okay. No, it ain't. Yeah, it's got to be. How come it moved? Huh. That's not it. Somebody I was just reading. Uh-oh. See what happened here. Okay, so let's go here. Let's go back in here again. Where you at? Where are you at? 613 commandments. That's this one. That's not it. Give me a minute. It's messing with my head now. Okay, go here. Here we go. All right, there we go. Now, so it says here, if we read this right, not to entertain the idea that there is any God, okay, to know that Alahayama exists. All right, not to entertain the idea that there's any God but the eternal. Exodus 23. But we see that it's not even God, it's Alahayama. We see that. And in Exodus, we found out, I believe, if I'm right, it's 20 and 3. Did we go there? We didn't go there. Let's go to Exodus 20 and 3. All right. Exodus 20, and we're just going to go to the verse instead of reading it all. 20 and 3. All right. So here it says here, see, this what, it was on there too. It says, not, la'ah, no, la'ah, yaha. Okay. They can't even translate it right there, but we already know that's another name for Yahweh. Okay. Simple as that. For you, lacha, for you, alahayama, ZODs, but it's alahayama, akarayam, others, Allah, before panaya, the face, or before us. All right? It's telling you here, there's no other. You can't use that name. No, no, Yahweh. Okay, let's read like his. It says, okay, let's read how they got it. No shall have you, GODS, other, before, and we got this, before me, or before, before me. So who's before me? First of all, who's they speaking of? If the Father wrote this word, right, and we know that Moshe, Moshe was the instrument, but his Father's printing, so he's talking about Father, right? Right? So here we go. All right, so that was Exodus 23, not to blaspheme. All right, and it says in Christian text, Exodus 22 and 28, but not to blaspheme in Exodus 22 and 7. Not to blaspheme. I should have went this way at the beginning. 22 and 7. 22 and 27, not to blaspheme. 22 and 27, that's what happened. 22 and 27. Okay, 22 and 27 tells me here, it says here, for that, and okay, so they get there, for that, this covering, the only it, his garment, no, this is wrong. What is this? Exodus 22, 27. No, it says not to blaspheme, but I'm just saying it says Exodus 22, 27. See how you got to even look at that. This is this is Exodus, right? This is chapter 22, right? And this is verse 27. This is about something altogether different. Okay, hey, let me do this. Yeah, kaya. Okay, let's do it this way. Let me show you something else. We at? Come here, you. We at? Yeah, no, that's not you neither. There's another book I'm looking for. Oh, here we go, right up here. Put it right up here. Okay, new tab. Let's put that in the new tab. Okay, now let's go to Exodus. What it tells us again, right? Exodus right here, Exodus 22, 27, right? Not to blaspheme. And the other one says Exodus 22, 28. Okay, and for which is death. I'm gonna highlight that 3 so we know where we're at. Come on. Highlight. Oh, there we go. All right, there you go. Okay, there's 3. Now, so we go to Exodus 22 and 27. Let's go here. Oh, come on. Give me a second. 22, 27. All right, now, that's 27. See what I did there? Okay, I opened up something else either, so you guys can see that too. And 27 is 13. 25. Go to 27. Okay, now, for that, his covering only it and his garment, for his skin and what will he sleep? And it will be that when he cries to me, and I will hear for, oh wow, oh wow, look at that. You see that? Get out of here later. Get out of here. Let's see. And I will hear for gracious eye. Make sense to you guys? No. So how that has not to blaspheme? Now it said to go to Exodus 22:28. Okay. It says that's 20, is that 27th, right? Did I read the right one? That's 27. Let's go to 28. To go to 28. Alahayama, not Taqualala, you shall revile, but not Shayaha, and a ruler by Amaka of your people, La'a, not Tha'ara, curse. Now, see, this, this is why I like this, because it says here not to blaspheme. Okay, so let's go here. Let's go look at it in the other transliteration. Okay, let's go to Exodus again. Exodus 22. Now watch and see. It might be in here now. Exodus 22. This is wrong. I don't know how this happened. Okay, 22. All right, that's it. That's all I want. There's one. See, it's going to mess. This here is messed up too. So it's Exodus 22, 27, I say. I got to get this. I don't know how this happened. It's just anything now. It's just 22, 27. Come on. 22, 27. 22, 27. Just hitting one on it. I never even used this. This I don't even use like this. Okay, so here. It said, what the heck is that? This is not even what I'm looking for. Okay, let's do something else. I'm sorry, people. I want another book. There's another book I wanted out here. And I don't know if that was it. Did I take it out? No, here we go, right here. Right here. All right, now, Exodus 22. So we'll have this together by next time we do this. Exodus 22. All right, now we got 22 and 27 and 28. That's what we're looking for. All right, now here's his. All right. For this is the only covering it is his garment for his skin. What does he sleep in? And it shall be that when he cries to me, I shall hear, for I show favor. All right, this is in Exodus 22. And here it says, do not revile Allahayama, nor curse a ruler of your people. Okay, now, so we got that. You see, curse. Let's see this revile. Revile, thaqwala. Okay, what's the word for that? Is to be slight or be swift or be trifling, be of little account, be light, be slight, be abated it, of water, to be swift, to be trifling. Okay, so we got a lot of this I don't see that matches this, but we'll find out one day, like I said. But there's a lot of it in here, like it says, not to blaspheme. Then it says in Leviticus 24:16. We go here on this again. I like doing it the other way, but I think this way is not as complicated to understand. So we go with 24:16. Yeah, 24:16. Put that there. You go down to 16 right here. And he who blasphemes the name of Yahweh, see that, shall certainly be put to death. And all the congregations certainly stone him, the stranger as well as the native. When he blasphemes the name, he is put to death. My question: blaspheme. Let's find that. Let's go back to here. I want to show you something before I make a comment. Let's go back to our study. I'd rather do the study. I like to study more. Let's go to Leviticus again, 24. Leviticus 24. Okay, 24. And we went to verse 16. Verse 16. Okay, hold up. Wait a minute. Okay, here we go. Okay, it's here. It says, and whoever blaspheme, that's in Nakwaba. Okay, so here's what I want to find out. Let's change this over. Let's find out. Nakwaba. All right, don't play with me now. There you go. Nakwaba. Okay, to point. To Paris. Okay, that's blaspheme. Let's see. I'm trying to hurry. I'm trying to get down in here. Okay, appoint blasphemy, bore, curse, to express with holes, name, experience, prayer appearance, to perform with more or less violent, literally or figuratively, to specify, designate, appoint, blaspheme, bore, curse, express, with holes, name, pierce, strike, and through. Now check this out. Probably just blessed me with something. I want to go show you guys something, and I think it's Genesis 3. Let me go here. Bereshit 3. And you can only see this in Hebrew, though. You're not going to see this. You're not going to see this in anything else but Hebrew. Believe me, you. Okay, so I'm going to have to do this. I think it's Bereshit 3. I got to go in here, get me a bookmark. Let's see. Okay, right here. Go to a new tab. All right, there we go. Now, let's go to I think it's 3. Don't quote me yet until I'm making sure. I want to see something. I gotta see something first. Let's see. Let's see. Life. No, so it might be 4. It has to be 4. Come on. Come on. It's one of these. Yep. There you go. Hawakhala. Okay. And here, all right, if we would go, now I'm going to show you 2 transliterations of this. This is, well, actually, I should have did that over here. Let's do that there. Let's put this over here. Bereshit. Let's put Genesis here. 4. Okay, 4 here. All right, cool. And let's put Genesis 4 here. Yeah, here we go. Genesis 4 here. All right. And let's go here and put Genesis 4 here. All right, now I'm going to show you something. The first one I'm going to show you is how you read in English from left to right. Okay. Now, on here, if you look at the last verse, and to Seth, to him also a son was born, and he called his name Enosh. It says Enosh. I'm going to read it like I have it. Enosh. Then it was begun to call on the name of Yahweh. You read that, you see that, understand it. Now, let's read this again in Hebrew. I'm even put it where they got it at. Let's see, 24. Yeah, here we go. Here we go. Methuselah. What is that? 26. Okay, 26. 24. It needs to be 26. Here we go. Wala Shapha. And as for Seth, but his name ain't Seth. It's Shaph. You know, remember, there's a Semitic and there's a Sham. Okay, they got the Sham. They say, well, you put a dot over one side of it, it's pronounced Shah on the right-hand side. And if you put it on the left-hand side on the Sham, it's Seth. But it can't be, because the Semitic already said Sa. You see what I'm saying? But we know there was no Dagesh and all that in the the beginning of the Hebrew lettering. All right. So it's Shaf and to Shatha, and his name means something. Dig, and that's another problem with that. His name is Shaf, the son of Adam. Shaf. Let me see this. I had it. I was reading it the other day. He's the third son. Okay, the third son. 8352. As I said before, all their names mean something. 8352. 8352. Pretty short. 8352. Okay, Shaf means determined. Okay, that's in 8352. So how come it's not on here? It means determined. See, they don't even have what it means on here. Oh, that hurts. Okay, and to Shaf. Now we just read that right here. And to Shaf. Right? Go up again. Also, Gama. Okay, let's see if I get this right. Let's see. Yeah, and to Shaf also Gama Hawa'a, to him Yalada, born, but not a son. All right. Wa Yakora, and he named, and Yah's name, but and he named Aleptav Shemawa, name him Anasha, Anawash, Anawash, not Enos, Anawash. See it? Okay. Azar, then, now here's what I want you to see. Halachala, and they got, and begin, and then begin. Hawakhala means something else. To profane, to defile, to pollute, to desecrate. Dig that? To begin. They got to begin that, do that, to profane oneself, to pollute oneself, ritually, sexually, to be polluted, to be defiled, okay? To profane, make common, defile, pollute, to violate the honor of or of dishonor, to violate the covenant, to treat as common, to profane the name of Allah, okay? To let be profane, to begin, okay, again, to begun, to wound fatally before, though, or through, Paris, bore, to pierce, to wound, to pierce, to be wounded, to play the flute or pipe. Now, to profane, to violate it, okay, to treat this name, okay, wa khala la quara, and called Bashama in the name Yahweh. You get it? This is after Seth or Shaph. All right, that's when they profane his name, the Most High, Yahweh. And guess what? We're still doing it today. Because if we're not studying this, the way Father have us doing it, and we're repeating what someone else told us to say instead of finding out ourselves, and still call him G-O-D, or even write it G-D, is that no profaning? Is that not making it his name as far as something that is not, and making his name as a wicked name, as a deity? I don't know how much time we got going on this recording that I'm doing. I'm going to cut it short. It says here about 3 more minutes. But I think the saying, or what more or less Father is showing us, is we as a people and as students of the Most High is going to have to dissect and find out exactly what he said, not what man calculated to be. Because even if you look at it, it says in the transliteration of the name, if you look at the Genesis 4:26 on the left-hand side, it says into Shaph. At least they got that right. To him also son was born, and his name, and he called his name Enosh. But if we look at over here, it says Anash. Okay, let's look at it. I can look at it fast over here though, and there's this one here. Over here, Anawash, Anawash, Anawash. Okay, Anawash. But they got Enosh. All right, and he called his name Anawash. Azah. Then, because it has a then, it was begun to call on the name of Yahweh. Okay? Then it was begun to call on the name of Yahweh. That's when we started calling Yahweh. That's what it's telling us. That's when we knew his name was Yahweh. No. It says that's when we profaned his name of Yahweh. Check it out. For the people who don't know what profane means, I'm gonna put up a dictionary. I should have a here. No, that's English. I don't have a dictionary. Yeah, we go. No, that's not it either. I had a dictionary on here, I thought. All right, so let's just find us a dictionary. That's all, ain't no big deal. You know, you got it in here. Let's see, dictionary. Nope, that's the wrong one. Yeah, right here. Here we go, right here. Open the new. I got all kinds of. Father bless me with all kinds of studying tools, and we all can have them. Just gotta learn how to deal with it and read it, even though some stuff will hurt you because you're like, wow. Okay, profane, right? We're gonna look at it in the dictionary first. We don't understand to treat something sacred with abuse, irreverence, or contempt. To segregate. All right. All right. Time is just about up, fellas, people. That's my alarm clock telling me that I'm running out of time as far as my recording goes. So it's irreverence, or contempt, or desecrate. That's what is profane. To treat something sacred with abuse. Not anything more sacred than the name of Yahweh. That's what he's speaking on. See what I'm saying? To make that name null and void doesn't have no meaning. To change the name to G-O-D or to change his name to L-O-R-D. To use a Babylonian tongue on his name. I guess maybe Father has his reasons why everyone don't see this. And even though this recording is not for everyone, it's for those who need it, for the sick. As Yahushua said, he came to heal the sick, not the ones who's well. In the mighty name of Yahushua, our Mashiach, our Mashiach, our Malach, our King, we come to you, Father, and we give you thanks. We thank you for you being our Father. Amana, Amana, Amana. Till next time. Shalom.